Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to June 1st, official day of summer. Hey, we still dealing with the debt ceiling issues. The market wasn't happy with how fast and how things seemed to progress yesterday. We had some red ink. We'll talk about that and more when we get on the radio with Doug here in just a few seconds. Hey, before we do that, though, let's not forget that there are so many things in this world that we just can't control. Good news, though, you can control the amount of risk you have in your current portfolio. Give us a call, 863-382-0037 to discover what that risk is and where it should be. Again, 863-382-0037. Hey, with that, we'll be back up with Doug here in just a second.
It's Doug Reese sitting in for Morning Dave here on the Thursday morning on the morning show, and it's time to head out and check in with Phillip Statler, Statler Financial Services. We'll get an update on what's going on with the markets. Hey, Phillip, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing well today. Welcome to June 1st. Hard to believe that.
Yeah, June 1st. Wow.
30 days, we'll be halfway through the year.
Yeah, halfway through the year.
It's rolling along fast. Hey, yesterday, we talked about the debt ceiling a little bit, and the stocks were a little bit concerned about what was happening there because they weren't seemed to be getting things done quick enough, and the vote wasn't until late afternoon, early evening. So they did. At least the House has passed their version of the bill. Now it goes to the Senate, and we'll see what happens with them and if they can get it passed today or tomorrow, hopefully. But that did cause us to end up kind of in the red yesterday. We had the S&P 500 down almost $26 to $4,179. The Dow was down 135 to 32,908. The NASDAQ was down 82 to 12,935. So everything was pretty much in the red yesterday. This morning, on the economic front, we've got some stuff coming out that has come out. The first thing that came out this morning was ADP, their employment report, and it another one of those times where it beat substantially. The expectation was for the number to be about 180. It actually ended up about 100,000 more than that. It was 278,000 new jobs, private sector jobs that ADP reported. So that was substantially more than expected. Once that news hit, the futures, they kind of started going up a little bit, but then the unemployment claims came out, and they were basically in line with expectations within the margin of error anyway. It came in at 232,000 first-time claims, and when we saw that, then the future started sliding the other direction. So the other thing that we had come out was continuing claims, and continuing claims fell down to 1.8 million. So down from where it was, which was good for them. The other things that we have coming out this morning was U.S. productivity. They revised the first quarter number. It had originally been a minus 2.7%. They actually revised that up just a little bit to a minus 2.1% for the first quarter when it comes to productivity. Later this morning, we'll get the construction spending number, which that'll be kind of important. Yesterday, after we got off the radio, we did have the JOLTS report. That's the job openings report. And we're back up over 10 million job openings to 10.1 million, up from 9.7 the prior month. So we do have more job openings, and the continuing claims has fallen. So it's kind of a mixed bag there. So that's really all we have on the economic front. However, on the earnings front today, we've got a pile of retail earnings coming out today. We had start out with probably the big slider for the day, and that's Macy's. Macy's came out and reported they beat on earnings. However, they missed on revenue estimates for their most recent quarter. And they also slashed their full year earnings and sales guidance. They're just saying that demand trends is weakening. And so they're seeing a big slide this morning, down almost 5%. And compare that to Nordstrom's. They actually did okay. They beat expectations on everything, earnings and on revenue. They had actually estimated a loss per share of 10 cents. They actually came in at a positive 7 cents a share on about a little over $3 billion of revenue. So Nordstrom's going the other direction. They're up a little over 4.5% this morning. That's not all the retail we had, though. We had Dollar General report as well. They reported a miss across the board. They missed on earnings. They missed on revenue. They also came in and kind of lowered their expectations. They're going to reduce the number of new store openings the rest of this year. So they're taking some precautions there. They're down 9.5% this morning before we get started. So that's well, I got one more retailer. Victoria's Secrets reported as well. They missed on revenue. Earnings was kind of in line, maybe down just a little bit, but they reduced their full year guidance in the lower single digit range from supposed to be in kind of the middle single digit range. So they're at this point, the big loser of the day, down 14% before we get started this morning. I think that's all the retail. Well, let's look at Dave's favorite, Chewy. They reported, that's the pet supply company, e-commerce company. They beat in earnings and revenue for the last quarter. They even raised their full year guidance, and they plan to make some expansion into Canada in the third quarter. They may be our big winner today, Doug. Up 18.3%.
Yeah, we buy a lot of stuff from them too.
Do you?
Yeah, we buy a lot of stuff. And at Dollar General, I'm surprised they're down. My wife spends a lot of money there. Hey, I see here where there's a couple of companies going to report after the market closes today. Lululemon, Dell, and Five Below.
Yep, those will all be big ones tomorrow to see how they did. You got two of them that are in the retail sector. Dell, I don't know if you call that retail or more technical, but it's they'll all have some indications heading that direction for sure. The other one that did report, I want to mention this because this is kind of a big name, Salesforce. Salesforce actually generated a profit this last quarter, but they also reported some other things. They reported higher than expected capital cost and lower demand for their consulting deals. And that's a big thing because consulting is a high profit item. And so even though they beat on this last quarter, expectations going forward has them in the red this morning by about 7%. So, hey, we'll have to see what happens with the other companies tomorrow. As we close out this morning, we do have kind of a little bit of a mixed bag. The Dow's down about 0.25% right now. The S&P 500 is basically even, as well as the NASDAQ 100. Go over to silver. Silver's even this morning. Gold is flat as well. Everything's kind of flat this morning. Crude oil is up about 0.5% to $68.36 a barrel. If we look at Asia, Asia's kind of a mixed bag this morning. Some up, some down. Europe's kind of the same. Europe's kind of following behind. They're up all green this morning. We'll see how they follow through. Crypto is all red this morning as we head into this first day of June. Hey, remember, folks, that when it comes to retirement planning, if you are 5 to 10 years out from retirement, there's a lot of things that we can't control, but you can control the amount of risk you have in your portfolio. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement design, where we'll help you design the retirement you always dreamed of. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
All right, Phillip. Well, thank you for the update. And, of course, we'll close the week out tomorrow. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. Hope you have
All
a
right,
great
man.
rest of your day.
You too. See you
All
tomorrow.
right. Okay. Take care.
Hey, folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the first day of summer, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.